Welcome back to Shani in the City, and y'all, it's no one else but me, Shani. And I know that I have been gone for quite some time now. I have not been posting consistent videos, so I'm back again, and again. This hopefully for real this time. But today I want to share something that kind of completely shifted my perspective, and hopefully it'll shift yours too. Okay, so I wanted to say, like, have you ever felt like you were just stuck on like the hamster wheel and you were going nowhere, kind of constantly looking for answers and like nothing was coming up? What if I told you that you were kind of stuck in the right place? You just need to give yourself permission to start. Boom. Me too, right? Let's just back up, okay? So I know before, like, the videos were kind of about my journey through nursing school, and I have a video about that, like why I kind of honed in on like my whole nursing school journey. Or maybe like you might follow me on Instagram and you can kind of see my like dedication and commitment to my fitness journey and goals right now. And the body, it's coming. It's gonna be tea. Just wait, okay? But I want to go back just a little bit further, like way back. Okay, let's talk about when I went to college the first time. Okay, so graduated from Central Michigan University, and I got my degree in biomedical science. I wanted to be a doctor. It's a whole nother story for another day. And then I ended up doing a gap year program before it was cool, or like nobody I knew was doing them. And then after I left, I finished that program. I ended up not going to medical school, jumped into the corporate world, and I had a blog called Corporate Chic. I never figured out how to say it out loud, and I never had to, but it was like a play on words, like corporate chic, corporate chick, all of that. And then turned around and became a corporate dropout. So kind of lost my hand in the blog there, in the blogging space. And then 2020, like, I had this plan before 2020 came and like uprooted our entire lives. But then after that, I kind of had a complete career change, okay? And that kind of started me on my journey to nursing school. And now, if we're just being honest, I'm just a girl that happens to be a nurse who's looking to fulfill her dreams in the whole digital space. So after leaving my cubicle forever, I hope, back in 2020, I decided that I wanted to be a nurse, and then I started my nursing career in peds, and now I'm a NICU nurse, which might be time for a change, but not too much on that. But here's the thing, right? Altogether, I felt like I could not get consistent on like my digital goals. That's what we would call them. So like just uploading videos on YouTube weekly, like actually like showing the content that I've recorded, y'all. It's so much content in this phone. It's ridiculous. Like, it makes no sense how many videos I have recorded. So forcing myself to actually record those and like move forward and not being afraid to take up space has been something that I have kind of been struggling with like this whole time, okay? And I know I'm not the only one. The moral of the story is that maybe I was stuck in the right place. Maybe I just kind of needed to focus on what I had. Like, I feel like I was not being consistent when I hadn't started anything. So how can you be consistent when you hadn't really started much of anything? And to add to that, like, I was just burnt out from my first year of nursing. Like, it was a whole new thing for me. Coming up of like 2020, you can only imagine what it was like being a new grad nurse in 2022. It was not easy. Okay. So there I was, y'all, kind of stuck in this cycle of wanting more but not focusing on what I had and growing what I had, which if you water something, it'll grow, which gives you more, right? Yeah, I know. So y'all, that's when I realized that my desire for more was just turning into me being ungrateful for what I had. And that's the thing that was hurting me the most when it came to like creating on this channel. And I was always kind of looking ahead. Like, I've always been like career driven focused. Like, that's been me my whole life for as long as I can remember. And y'all, like I said, I had to learn to be grateful for the things that I have today. And I had to just plug in and focus. Like, stop over preparing for nothing. Like, I have so many scripts for a YouTube video, so many ideas, and I just kept coming up with more ideas, and I just wasn't putting my foot on the gas. So that's when it all kind of shifted for me, when I said, you know what, focus on what you got right now, and let's stop obsessing with what is next. And then that's when it shifted for me. That's when I had my aha moment. That's when I had my aha moment. The shift, like, when I realized like I needed to start looking for more and I needed to foster growth with what I already had. That's when one day, y'all, I was reading my morning devotional, and y'all, you know what it said is, stop looking up for answers, look down. Water the seeds you have already planted. And I said, you know what? This is what I need to do. Because this was a perfect example of like how it was already showing up in my life, right? So for example, so here's an example of how like that very phrase that I just said, it was already showing up in my life, right? So when I got my first job as a nurse, as a peds nurse, it was like always something that I wanted to do. And then I always like had this yearn as a peds nurse that I wanted to be a NICU nurse. And then while I was there, I had this crazy idea, like, what if I go work for the top hospital in my state, right? Y'all, I accomplished that goal. And do y'all know I never once like celebrated myself for that? I didn't. And then also, like, when I would tell people, tell them about my new job as though it was a business proposal. Like, okay, I got this job, and this is what I'm going to do, and yada, 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 and, you know, moving forward, like, I'm going to do this, and then this is going to get me to the next step of where I need to be, and then I'll do that. Instead of just like, y'all, I got a new job. I got my dream job at the top hospital in my state. Look at me. And not once did I celebrate myself. Who does that? Who does that? So, more of the story, like, I was kind of just basically second guessing myself instead of celebrating what I had already accomplished, which feeds into this picture or whatever of like me just trying to figure life out and always wanting more. And I'm okay with being in the growth phase right now. This is my figuring it out era, as one could say, right? Now, it's not gonna be perfect here. Things are going to get a little bit messy on this channel. They may not make sense. It'll be like, Shanae, where are you going with this? And don't worry, I don't know, because I'm figuring it out myself. My goal right now is just to show up. To show up for you guys as my community, and to bring more of you all on as like a community here, because that's been the goal the whole time, and I've lost sight of that. I'm no longer worried about people on Instagram laughing at me for posting content. Like, I don't even know if they laughing in the first place, but if they are, then at least they watch it. But honestly, at the end of the day, like, if you guys are familiar with like Jackie Aina or Jayla Brene, like, baby, they were laughing at them too, like when they first started. And I'm pretty confident when I say like they laughing straight to the bank right now, like, period. But and honestly, like, people still have negative things to say about them today. They are successful in their careers, and like, it is what it is. Like, people gonna always talk about you. So that is not something that will be holding me back from this day forward. Basically, like I said, at this point in my life, I'm just ready to show up as my authentic self. Not the aesthetic version, not the perfectly curated person, just to trust God in this process and move forward. Water the seeds that I've been planting and watch them grow. I guess y'all are like, what? So basically, my new approach from here on is to press record and just go and edit. I definitely need to, like I said, it's a lot of content on my phone, everywhere, on all my devices. I'm good at pressing record. I just gotta edit, okay? Platform. So I promise to show up on this channel and this platform no matter what. Like, I deleted all the excuses from my brain. And you can expect me to show up as myself and share more of my journey outside of nursing. how I recovered from my crash out moments, things that I've kind of found helpful in my career this far, and just overall day-to-day vlogs, travel content. Y'all know I love to hop on a plane. And I feel like I'm on my way to becoming more of a seasoned traveler. So definitely got a few tips and tricks up my sleeve that I definitely feel like you guys need to know about. So you can expect those to come from me, for sure, from my brain. So I really hope that y'all found this video helpful. Like, thank you guys for tuning in so much and for watching this from start to finish. And I hope you feel encouraged to show up for yourself while you are figuring it out too, because baby, we are all figuring this out together, okay? And if you feel stuck, remember, you might just be stuck in the right place. Keep going, because we no longer need anyone else's permission. Do y'all hear me? We don't need anybody else's permission. And I don't want y'all to miss a beat over here, so go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and then let me know in the comments what's been holding you back, or are you going through the same thing, or are you in your figuring it out era? Until next time, you know I love you guys. Bye for now. Toodles.